So we've got even more news for Star Wars Battlefront 2, thanks to the fact that DICE just released this, the community calendar for October, which reveals upcoming events for October. And boy, there's a lot of events in here, guys, and a lot of details that we're going to go over. We're going to zoom in on this calendar for you guys and go over each event one by one and tell you what you guys can expect for the events in October. And I have to say, I'm pretty excited for all of these events. And this is something that's brand new that DICE has never done before in Star Wars Battlefront 2 by releasing a community calendar of events like this. And then I'm also going to go over what I want to see for December content in Star Wars Battlefront 2 for Star Wars Battlefront 2 because they released the roadmap version 3 earlier. We already made a video on this, so if you missed that, be sure to click on the link in the description below. But you'll notice right away that the December is completely absent from roadmap version 3. And I'm going to talk about how DICE can fix this with new content, fresh content for December. And hopefully they listen, guys, because again, December is being neglected right now and it's kind of depressing. But let's go back to the calendar of events for October. And again, this is brand new for Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm going to start off at the top right with the first event, which is called Battle Point Event Heroes Unleashed. It says it's Heroes versus Villains meets Galactic Assault in the first Battle Point event of October. So this will be the first event. Then it says during this weekend, Heroes in Galactic Assault will be 75% off their normal cost, with up to 8 heroes per side available at any given time. So this will be absolutely crazy and a lot of fun. I cannot wait for the Heroes Unleashed event. And when we get a specific date on this, I'll let you guys know. But this sounds like a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I cannot wait for it. But the next event is called Fast Spawn Event. It says, for one weekend, we're removing the spawn timer in Galactic Assault so players can get right back into the action as soon as they're taken out. It'll be a battle of attrition and especially difficult against effective squad spawns. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that works out. I personally always am for a faster spawn system. So, you know, maybe they will make something like this a little bit more permanent and make it faster to spawn into the game. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer faster spawns. I don't like sitting in the menu. So I'm definitely looking forward to the fast spawn event. Now moving on, it says Battle Point Event Reinforcement. So it says reinforcement troops will be available in Galactic Assault and Extraction for 75% off their normal cost, which of course is a big deal. So people will be running around with that B2 RP rocket droid, with the rocket trooper, Wookiee warriors, you name it. They're going to have access to it a lot quicker. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. I think it'd be interesting to also see an event where it's only reinforcements on the whole map, and everyone is a reinforcement. What do you guys think about this idea? Because, you know, they could really push the boundaries with these events. Now, next up is Halloween Event Night Mode. And I really like how it's called the Halloween Event. It's relevant to October, and it shows that they're really paying attention to what's going on and making these events relevant. So it says, to go alongside this double XP event, all game modes will feature night-only maps, including Kashyyyk, Kamino, Naboo, Endor, Tatooine, Jabba's Palace, and the Death Star. Wow, so that's a lot of maps. It says from Friday the 26th through Wednesday the 31st. So that's going to be really interesting. I believe a lot of those maps have never seen a night mode, like Kamino, for instance. I mean, we know it already has like a stormy environment in it, but I've never seen Kamino just at night. I'm curious to see if it's going to be storming or what they're going to do with some of these maps, but that's really cool to see that. Now, let's go on to the next one. As we move down the list, it says Halloween Event Double XP. So it says Star Wars Battlefront 2 is celebrating Halloween with a Double XP weekend. This will take place on Friday the 26th through Sunday the 28th. So we now know when another Double XP weekend will happen. Now, the big one, the General Grievous update. So that is listed after the Halloween event. So I'm going to guess that General Grievous is coming after the 26th or the 28th. But it says General Grievous update. General Grievous arrives in Star Wars Battlefront 2 this October. They don't give a specific date, but again, it's listed after the Halloween event. So we'll see what happens there. Now, once we get an official date on General Grievous, we'll let you know because of course, that's the big update for October. That's the one we're all waiting for. Now, finally, it wraps up with Clone Wars era playlist, and it says to give players even more chances to play the newly released General Grievous, we're bringing back the Clone Wars era playlist for Heroes vs. Villains and Hero Showdown, accessible via the front end tile for a limited time. So that's really cool that they're introducing playlists alongside their content releases. And this is something that we really suggested a while back, like probably a month ago, that we wanted to see playlists that coincided with the releases of these DLCs because, you know, in the past when they released Crate, you know, it was very difficult to get into a Crate match, and that was very disappointing for me. So I really want to see DICE continue to push these Clone Wars only playlists, or, you know, when Geonosis comes out, a Geonosis only playlist where it rotates on Geonosis only. So it's really cool to see that they're listing and doing this stuff. And there was a little bit more stuff at the bottom of that roadmap. At the bottom, it says what's happening this month. Some of the stuff you guys already know about, but I'll go over it anyway. It says Hero Health Cards, incoming transmission on Hero Health Cards. We already did a video about that. So again, I'll put a link in the description below so you can check that out. And then it says General Grievous Deep Dive, an incoming transmission with everything you need to know about General Grievous. So I'm excited about that. I'm guessing that deep dive may be the first time we get our first official gameplay glimpse at General Grievous, either through a screenshot or through a trailer. We'll have to see. And then it says General Grievous update, incoming transmission detailing more on General Grievous. So there's going to be a second transmission about General Grievous as well, which is really cool because I think Grievous deserves 2 transmissions for sure. That's really cool. Now, finally, it says roadmap update, a look towards the future. And I believe we already did this because roadmap version 3 already released today, and we went over that for you guys already. And again, roadmap version 3 has some really cool stuff in it. You know, like they're going to put actual Geonosians on Geonosis that are part of the non-interactive environment. So that's really cool. And I hope that's a step ahead in the direction where maybe they will be reinforcements or something else. And speaking of that, I want to talk about ideas that I had for December content. Because again, you know, that roadmap doesn't have anything for December. It only mentions October, November, January, and February. So there's absolutely nothing there for December. And a lot of people are disappointed by this, especially since, you know, they have to wait for Anakin and Count Dooku through next year, you know. So that's very disappointing. But, you know, I think there's still an opportunity for them to do a lot of cool stuff in December, which is why I made up this image for you guys and for DICE to take a look at. So I think it'd be cool to see a Geonosian hunt mode with objectives in December, and then also a Geonosian reinforcement introduced on Geonosis as well. And this could be something that you'd spawn in as, you know, with battle points. Now, on top of that, I think we really need droid skins by now because the poor droids, they're being neglected, guys. You know, they don't have any skins. The only people who have skins so far are clone troopers. So it'd be really cool to see when you're on the Separatist side, the ability to choose some skins like pilot droids and so on. Now, finally, I think it'd be cool to see a vehicle event for November as well, especially considering that in November, we're getting the ATTE, we're getting some new vehicles, the staff, and so on. I think it'd be really cool to see a vehicle event for November that would either reduce the battle point cost or do something else with the vehicles to showcase the ATTE, the new vehicles on Geonosis. Let me know what you guys think about that, and also post in the comments what other battle point events do you want to see for Star Wars Battlefront 2. There's some really cool stuff coming up in October. I'm definitely excited about it. But guys, again, post in the comments below. DICE is always listening to what you guys have to say. And I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be back again with more news on Star Wars Battlefront 2. So don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and may the Force be with you always.